Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name's Ania, and today I'm gonna be showing you my desk tour. So, with a new semester just upon us, it's so important to refresh and declutter your space. It's just one of those things that gets you motivated to start a new semester and also inspires you to want to use your workspace. So you can do a drastic change or you can do a small change. Okay, thanks for that. I think that I made a couple of small changes that made a drastic effect to my space, and you're gonna see that here in this video. So I have a couple of tips to help you refresh your desk space if you have one. So my first tip is to declutter your space. Throw out any old paper, get rid of any stationery you're not using. If it doesn't work, throw it away, give it away. Just declutter your space. I had to definitely do this because my desk drawers were getting out of hand. Like I just wasn't functional anymore. I couldn't find anything that I needed. So I went through, I took a lot of stuff out of there, and now I can't even believe how empty my desk drawers are now that just the stuff that I need is in them. So that's definitely my first tip. My next tip would be to spice up your space. So you can do this in a couple different ways. You can add new stationery, you can add some greenery, you can add a candle. There's a ton of different little things you can do. I've seen people do like the grids on their wall where they can pin stuff up, and that's a super cute idea. I just didn't feel like it felt right for my space, but there's a ton of different things you can do. All you have to do is go to Pinterest and you'll find a bunch of different ideas. So if possible, my third tip would be to add vertical space. Now, if you're like me, I have a pretty small desk and a pretty small space to work with as far as like, work, school, etc. So instead of adding more space this way, I decided to go up. So I added a calendar above my desk, and I also did a DIY with some shelves. I can't put holes in my walls, unfortunately, so I had to get really creative when putting up these shelves, and I actually was able to do this with some small command hooks and some regular wall command hooks. Another thing about adding vertical space is like it just makes your space feel so much more inviting, and you can just store so much more stuff. So like, for example, all the pens, all the markers that I had on my desk, it was kind of a weird situation because I felt like I needed all of them because I use all of them on a day-to-day basis, but I just didn't want them to be on my desk because if I ever needed to do something, it's like, okay, well, these are always in the way. Like I always have to move them, take everything off my desk to get anything done, and so I just really wanted a solution to that, and I think I found a pretty great one. Alright, so my fourth tip is to buy new stationery and tools if you need them. Don't go overboard. I've definitely gone overboard. I have a lot of stationery, but stationery is also just so much fun, and you can use a bunch of different tools for a bunch of different things. So one of the new things that I recently bought was a laptop stand, and I love that thing to death. I have one on my laptop, I have one for my iPad. Just raising things up is just really great to me, I guess. I don't know. But that was something that I bought recently that I really love. I also bought my favorite pens again before the start of the school year. I bought some refills that I needed of things that were going out. So you don't have to do anything like crazy. You don't have to go buy a brand new Tombow set, but you can just get little things here and there that you know you're gonna enjoy using. That can make you even more excited, I think. Okay, so my fifth and final tip is to buy a calendar, a bullet journal, a planner, or some sort of to-do list. We all know we're doing online this semester for most of us, and the biggest thing that we need to do is be organized. And there's no better way to do that than to have a place to put everything down so you won't forget anything. So I'm extra, and I have all three. I have a bullet journal, I have a to-do list, and I have a calendar on my wall. You don't have to buy all three, but you could just pick which one works best for you. So I have my to-do list pad on my desk, which is like You know, if I need to write something down quickly and I have an idea or something I need to get done, I write it down there. And I can always transfer it to my bullet journal later, or if it's a bigger event, I can just put it on my calendar. But I think you just need a space to write down the things that are coming up, the tasks you want to get done. And especially with school, your assignments, your big exams, you need to know how long you have for projects. So I would definitely recommend getting one of the 3 or 4 options that I gave. So yeah, those are my 5 tips to refresh your space. I hope this video was helpful. I hope you learned something or found something you can implement. And yeah. Alright, so jumping right in, we are starting off with my chair. Now this is actually a gaming chair, and it was a Christmas present for my boyfriend. So I love this chair. Even though it kind of doesn't match the rest of the aesthetic of my room, I still think that it's pretty nice. It's really comfy, and I really enjoy sitting on it. Alright, so moving this way, this is what it looks like. So first, I'm going to just quickly move these Audio-Technica headphones that I bought a while ago. I use these when I'm editing to make sure that the quality of the audio sounds good. I'm still learning, but you know, I do try my best with that. Now in this drawer, it's kind of hard to open, but I keep most of my finance things here, things I use for my budget, and I will record a video soon going more into depth about that. But for anybody who knows, this is my sinking fund journal that I love so much, and this is my budget journal where I track my paychecks every month. So I don't do that in my bullet journal because it would just be way too many pages, but that's where I track that. And then this is the cord for my Cricut machine. This is what I plug into my laptop in order for it to work. So I just keep that there because there's a nice little space there. And then moving over to this drawer, this is where I keep my most used supplies, sort of. So over here we have the binder clips that I just bought in my school supply haul. We have some double-sided tape. Back there we have some flashcards. These are sticky notes, more sticky notes, and this is a screwdriver because this chair has an issue with this arm. So in order to fix it, I use I use that screwdriver, and this, there's a train going by. Are you done? Okay, I use this screwdriver for my chair, and I use this to open packages. So I'm not gonna show that. This is the new ruler I just bought from my stationery haul for school, and this is an art notebook hole punch that I use if I need to add paper into my art notebook. And over here we have just some lead, a stick of glue, and an eraser. And that's pretty much it. I simplified it a lot for the school year. I'm very glad that I did that because it's just so much more functional now. Okay. So moving up, we have a little cup of coffee from this morning. Love that. This is my iPad, and this is my laptop. So starting here, I have my laptop on this laptop stand that I just got from Amazon. One of the best purchases I've made this year for sure. I freaking love this thing. I can't explain why, but it will change your life if you decide to get one. Under here, I have my Scarlett Solo Focusrite. I can't remember what it's called, but basically I use it to record my audio at a higher quality, and I've had it ever since high school and it still works great. Moving up, I have this calendar with this like gold lettering at the top, and I just use it to keep track of big events so that I don't have to necessarily go to my bullet journal or, look on an app. I can just look up, I know what's coming next. Over here, I did these DIY shelves because I could not put holes in the wall, and actually I'm so happy with how they came out. So up here, these are Tombow Duo brush pens. These are an assortment of my favorite pens, plus the tracker colors I'm using. This is a plant that I bought off Amazon that is very long, but I just think it looks so pretty, and it just adds so much character to this space, so I really enjoy that. Down here, I have these wooden push pens that I just got from Target, super cute. These are my mild liner brush pens. I have some brush pens in here, but mostly they are just my mild liner colors, my mild liner highlighters. And then over here is some of my other most used pens and some scissors. So yeah, that is pretty much my desk space. I have this to-do list that goes by the week, and I love this thing. I definitely recommend getting one if you can. It's just nice to be able to like have a place where you can just write things down in the moment and then transfer them over later, things like that. Then I have this mouse that goes to my laptop. I have the Magic Mouse that goes with my iPad. And then back there, all the way back there, I have a PS4 controller in which I use it to play Call of Duty Mobile. So that's pretty much it for over there. All right. So now we're gonna move over to some other organization that I have, and we're gonna actually start off with this. This is my Cricut Explorer Air 2. I love this machine. This is how I make all my stickers every month. Back here, you can see my ARC notebook, and behind that I have a laptop case that I used to use when I would take my laptop places with me, but now that I have an iPad, I have a smaller carrying case for that. So under here, I have an IKEA Alex drawer, which I feel like everybody owns one of these, and I use this to organize a lot of my stationery. So in this first one, I keep a lot of my extra paper. So this is scrap paper that I can use at a different time. Same with this. This is like, again, all of this is pretty much scrap paper. And then this is the tabs that I use in my ARC notebook to, separate each semester or class. I have some extra notebooks here, some ARC refilled paper, pretty self-explanatory. Okay, so next I have more of like my paper, but it's like black cardstock is in here. I have some sticker paper back here, brown paper bags that I also use in my bullet journal. I have some laminate paper back there too because I have a laminator, and I have some random stuff in the corner. All right, next, this is where I keep all of my like extra supplies. So I have tons of double-sided tape because you can never have too much. Some extra rulers, too many sticky notes is a problem. A hole puncher, a glue gun, just things like this, just kind of random, but it makes sense to me. So it's just all my extra supplies. Under that, we have my tools and other stuff. So like you can see I have this command strip down here. I have the instructions to my new laptop stand, extra cables, just stuff like that. And then this last one is just my important papers. You can see these are some of the flashcards I have from, I think it was my first semester. I really don't need these, but I still have them. So yeah. So that's pretty much it for that. We come over to this side. This is where my printer and my printer paper lives. So this is kind of my little setup. And it's not very big or very aesthetic, but it definitely works for me. So I'm pretty happy with it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and you can like, comment, and subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you guys